Hi everyone, Janelle here. Today we're going to talk about looking for sources from the UFE library. So I'm at library.ufe.ca. Specifically, I'm looking for books on my topic. So I've chosen a place, the Vedder Bridge. So when I'm looking for books, these are one of the type of sources you're allowed to use for your assignment. I go to the library website and you might be tempted to search right in the main search box. You can do that. You then just have to edit to look for books specifically, but I prefer to go sort of to this top menu bar and click on books and DVDs. It just narrows your search a little bit more to say I'm already wanting to focus on books and you don't have to select that option later. So I want to show you a search, Better Bridge. I've kind of chosen this topic specifically because I can get to it and also because of this. So there's no books specifically about this bridge, which, when you say it out loud like that, that sounds reasonable. So if you've chosen a venue or a spot that is sort of smaller like that, there might not be a book about this topic. It's really hard for us to get into sort of the nitty-gritty here in terms of like if you search for an article, right? Or even when I search for historical documents later, there's a lot of work that's been done to sort of pull out these keywords within a PDF so that you can find it in a newspaper, but it doesn't work like that for book searches, unfortunately. So nothing's coming up here and it's not a huge surprise. I could, broaden my search a little bit. So that was specifically about the bridge. Is there anything about the Vedder River area that comes up? I haven't logged in, so when you're working from home, you do need to log in for access. You just click on here. It prompts you to enter your UFE email and password. I've already logged into my UFE email elsewhere, so it's all sort of working together. So you will be prompted for that. If I do a search for Vedder River here, you'll see my search results are just below where my search is typed in, and I have 6 books, right? So there's a lot about the actual river, which is what my search term is, about surveys, fish, different, flood prevention. So that all makes, sorry, we've got a cat here who would like to have coffee. So this all sort of makes sense in terms of what I've searched for, but it doesn't actually get to the topic that I'm looking for, right? So I'm going to tweak this a little bit, and hopefully you've gained some more of those keywords searching, synonyms from your website searching or just from your own knowledge. So I know that this Vedder River is situated in the Sardis area, so I'm going to try searching for Sardis instead. I could search for Chilliwack, that's our whole city, but if I just do Sardis, that's specifically over in this area, and I'm hoping some more specific things will turn up here. So doing a search for Sardis instead of Vedder gets me 149 results, so a lot more. We have a really big cookbook collection, so a lot of those things might come up. Something like this, Memories of Sardis, the first 100 years, 1860 to 1960. That might be interesting because we know that the first bridge was built during that time. I won't get a lot of details from this record specifically in terms of like, is the Vedder River Bridge mentioned? But I do know it's about Sardis Chilliwack history, sort of Chilliwack history. And it's here, it says location Abbotsford Heritage. So if you find something in your searching that says heritage, we've got it sort of tucked away, locked up for preservation purposes, but you still can view these items. You just come into the Abbotsford Library, come to the desk and say, hey, this is the title I'm looking for. It's in the Heritage Collection, and someone will go grab it for you. The only sort of caveat with these is that you have to look at them in the library at the desk only. Again, they're sort of kept in heritage for preservation purposes, so we keep a close eye on those items, but you are definitely encouraged to look at them if you would so like to. Let's just keep scrolling down because, I am a librarian, so I did look at this search a little bit before. One thing that came up, maybe Sardis is too broad. Something came up. So if I didn't like Sardis, I'm just gonna try Chilliwack history, right? I think that was that term that came up, right? Chilliwack, BC history. I'll just copy that. If you find a term that looks relevant, use it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Let's try searching for that. So I took a subject. Subject's a little bit different than a keyword. Subjects are applied by our library staff. So I know what's going to show up in here. We've got 55 records now. So Chilliwack, Chinatown's right. So Chilliwack is a bigger area, not just Sardis. But one thing that had come up was remembering CFB Chilliwack. If my memory serves correct, the bridge was actually built by the Canadian Armed Forces. Way back when, but that information could be wrong, right? So I'd be curious to see if, a picture of the original bridge would be in a book like this, and I can see it's, again, an Abbotsford heritage.